Hello everyone, and welcome to another beer review. Now, today we're on it's another pale ale. That's all I've got is bloody pale ales. Jesus. Sorts of, there's that other stuff there. Just looking at some of the beers that I've still to do, and I forgot about some of them. Jesus. But anyway, we're on a pale ale today, and it's from the Ilkley Brewery. Oh, aye, there we go. And it's called Mary Jane. Again, the beer's names now. 3.5%. It's a session pale. There's any spiel in the back. Oh, here we go. Oh, right, here we go. It's Yorkshire's Most Wanted. Intensely refreshing, with citrus aroma and balanced bitterness. Named after the character from the Yorkshire anthem on Ilkley Moor. The fuck am I? Speak properly, you arsehole. I'll try. Aye. Aunt Ilkley Moor. I can't even read that. Bloody hell, how small is that? Wow. Honestly, I cannot read that. That's just ridiculous. It's Aunt Ilkley Moor. And then I can't read the last word. Anyway. Jesus. Right, it's got Cascade hops and Amarillo. And it's got Crystal Malt and Golden Promise. Is it Golden Promise? It should be Golden Promise. Malt as well. And that's it. There we go. Apparently you're supposed to drink it with fish and chips and with friends. Never eaten a friend before. Eaten fish and chips, but not eaten a friend. Took the mind. I'm just going to have a nibble on you when I'm having this wee glass of Mary Jane and that, no? Yep. Brewed and bottled in the UK. Powered by beer. Oh shit. See, it does say that, by the way. Powered by beer. Look at that bollocks. Look, absolute willy pish. Unbelievable. But anyway. Powered by beer. It even says in the front. Look at it. Look, powered by beer. Right, let's crack this open before there's any more nonsense. Powered by beer. Powered by arse. More like. Right, let's pop this open and see what it's like. Right, we've got a glass. What the hell did that? I was pissing it in the side. It was jumping out the bloody glass there. Look at that. It looks like so refreshing and inviting. It's very clear, by the way. The other pale ales we've done recently, they've all been kind of cloudy. What the fuck's that now? Got a tractor? Aye. It started. Wasn't long before I'm back before the fucking noises started, did it? You know, if I'm not banging my fucking head the last time, this time, oh, there you go, eh? Tractor. Welcome home. Welcome home. Hey, I'm going to go see my sister. Yep, that's what they do down here. Anyway, so there's a slight kind of haze to it, a slight kind of mistiness. I don't like to use the word haze because it's associated with craft beer, so I'll just say it's a slight mistiness, slight opaqueness to this for people in the podcast. It's a very light colour, so it's especially through the light that I'm looking at. Might not look so light, but yeah, you can see it's quite light. And head is a bit almost a one finger head, but it's very prone crackers. You can see a lot of big bubbles, and usually they burst, and then your head pisses off, and you're left with nothing. So there you go. But let's see what it smells like. Well, I'm getting a bit of citrus, you know. I'm getting a bit of lemsip. Yes, slightly lemsipy, slightly syrupy. Not really getting the malt, but I'm getting slightly kind of syrupy kind of accents and citrus. And that's really it, yeah. So it's a bit kind of lemsipy in the old aroma. Not really getting much else. Right, shall we see what it tastes like? Right, first thing I thought, right, I'll give this a good plug because it's supposed to be sessionable, so let's see how sessionable it is. No, the bloody carbonation just built up right at the back of the mouth there. So, mouthfeel's not too bad, but if you take a good look at it, it does all kind of pile up at the back of the throat, which isn't so good. So as you can see, there's a bit of carbonation there. Flavour-wise, it's actually not too bad. There's a bit of citrus there. Quite a clean finish. There's no citrus really lingering in the aftertaste. But you are getting slightly kind of lemsip tones in the mid-tongue. And when I mean lemsip tones, I really do mean lemsip tones. And for people outside of the UK, you might know the term Coldrex rather than lemsip, but it's like the lemon Coldrex that you can get. I don't know what they have as the equivalent in America, but I'm sure they'll probably have something that tastes just as bloody bad. Which is just as well because you take it when you've got a cold or a flu, so your taste buds are fucked anyway, so you can't really actually kind of... Bloody hell. I told you that was a bit gassy, didn't I? Jesus. Bit of choke now when I started. Right, anyway. Like I was saying, is your taste buds are kind of buggered anyway, so you can't really get the true horrific benefit of what these things actually taste like. But tell you what though, if you fancy a challenge, see when you're feeling great and wonderful, go and make yourself a lemsip, or even better, make yourself one of the actual cheap versions from the supermarkets. And you try that and you're thinking, that tastes absolutely bloody awful. And yeah, you don't notice how bad it actually tastes because you feel like shit. Well, there you go. But yeah, this does have a little bit of kind of... It's not a refreshing, kind of vibrant kind of citrus flavour in the mid-tongue. It's kind of, it's like, it's quite kind of lemsipy and quite muggy. It's like, it tastes kind of slightly artificial. It doesn't have that zing to it. It's like kind of, It's quite gassy though. For a session beer, it's fighting a bit, so it is. I mean, that's one thing I don't want is a session beer that I'm constantly rifting away, because it defeats the purpose, I mean, I'm not saying you want to drink it fast, but you want to give it, good glugs at a time. It's like a normal, it's a session thing. So a beer you're supposed to be wired into, especially at 3.5%, there's nothing there to stop you, There's no resistance, as they say, 3.5%. Had more than a Heinz ketchup bottle, especially when it's out of date. But yeah, it's strange because the mouthfeel's not too bad with the carbonation, but yeah, just tend to kind of congregate at the back of the throat, and yeah, tends to come back out, the minute it gets a chance. But yeah, I mean, I'll break down the flavours in a minute, but front of the mouth, not too bad. Mid-tongue, kind of lets it down a bit just because it has this kind of... That was a seat, by the way. That wasn't me, just in case anybody's thinking that I'm coming to other places, Yeah, when you get to the mid-tongue, it's a bit just kind of muggy, and it's not really a particularly nice flavour profiles in there, just with kind of slightly lemsip kind of esque. But it does lighten up a bit more as I get towards the back of the mouth and the aftertaste. And it's quite a clean finish, and I'm going to rift again because I can just feel it coming on me. It's just like here it comes, Yeah, that's a bit kind of off. I don't like that. I'm too old for that. I'm 50 years of age, I can't be rifting like that all night, for goodness sake. It'll affect my eyesight, I'll not be able to see. And it's still coming there. I'm thinking it's just sitting there and it's waiting on me. And I'm trying to get it out so I'm not going bollocks, that type of stuff. And when I'm speaking, it's done worse when you're speaking. It just comes out, I'm trying to control it so it's not. And yeah, it's a bit. It's just sitting right there. That's what it feels like. There's just gas sitting right there. There we go. See, sorry about that, but yeah, it's not good for this kind of supposedly type of ale. But anyway, let's break down the flavours. Right, get a nice bit of malt, a bit of grain, and a light sweetness, very light sweetness. But it's not a heavy malt. I mean, it's not watery in any way, but it's quite light. But you would expect that. It's a pale ale. Here's a shocker. Move on to the mid tongue. The malt dies down a bit. The sweetness isn't too bad. It just kind of stays the same, but the malt dies down a bit and the grain dies down a bit, and then you start getting these Lemsip accents that are just, it just feels kind of slightly false. I'm not saying they are false because obviously they're coming from hops, they're not coming from lemons or things like that, you know, but excuse me. Jesus, put me to sleep this one. But yeah, it just too Lemsipy kind of esque, you know, it's just not quite right, and it's just God. Oh, that was a foam in the back of the throat there, seriously. God, that's a lovely thing to have in camera. Yeah, you can watch me kind of gurgle away there. You'll love it, you know. Yeah. Oh, Christ. So yeah, quite Lemsipy in the mid tongue. And just as it kind of moves on from the mid tongue to the aftertaste, you just get this little surge of bitterness, just this little surge of bitterness or slightly sourness, kind of mixture of both. Just a little surge, and then it just goes. And that's what you get. So you kind of move into the aftertaste, and the flavours just start to kind of dissipate, and you get this surge, kind of soury bitterness, and that's it, gone, and everything's gone. It's just totally clean, and there's nothing lingering. It's just fucking hell. Now, I don't usually riff very often. The beer's got to make me rift. I don't try and put it on and that type of stuff. So when you do see me rifting, take it as, yeah, this is what it's like. There's no kind of pissing about with this one. It is kind of, it just come back on you. And it's strange because the mouthfeel isn't so bad. It's not as if it's like kind of really overcarbonated for mouthfeel and everything else. But it is releasing a heck of a lot when you drink it, coming back on you. So there you go. So yeah, it's okay. I quite like it. I just don't like the kind of rifting bit of it, but it's not too bad. Not a huge fan of the mid tongue, but it's getting a little bit better as I'm getting more acclimatized to it. I like that little kind of bitterness at the end, that kind of surge, just kind of peps it up a bit, and then it just cleans off very, very quickly. So what would I give this out of 10? The other question. Yeah, right. Well, again, I don't know how much it costs because I can't remember. Because again, like I said before, I'm old, dithery, and a bit stupid. I can't quite remember what I paid for it. I think it's round about the £2 mark. But again, I'll put all the details down below. But what would I give this? Oh, it's not too bad. It wouldn't be my first choice, and it probably wouldn't be quite a lot of people's choice just because it's a bit citrusy and things like that. The Lemsip in the mid tongue is kind of, you know, pulling it back from getting a decent score. But there's some nice flavour profiles there as well. I mean, the front of the mouth is quite nice, and the back end's quite a nice finish. A wee bit interesting and a clean finish. So just the mid tongues just, you know, annoy me a bit. And of course, the kind of carbonation coming back on you. I don't really like. I wouldn't want to be sitting there having a session on this and just constantly bloody riffing away. Yeah. So I'd probably give this about 5.5, just slightly over. average, just slightly above average. But again, it also depends on the price. And like I say, if it's well over the £2 mark, which I don't think it is, but if it is, then I would knock half a point off it and take it down to 5. And if it's around about the £2 or below, then yeah, I would give it 5.5. So that's the best I can do. It's just the mid tongue kind of slightly disappointing, just kind of lets it down a bit. And yeah, there's this kind of carbonation coming back on you. I just can't be arsed with that, to be totally honest. You know, I mean, I don't want to drink a beer and then get the same sensation as I'm trying to neck a can of Sprite or something like that. You know, it's just no. You know. So anyway, that's us. Thanks for watching. Cheers, and bye for now.